Welcome guys, we have another game. This time we got faye-chan playing as the French in the color green. And the opponent playing as the Ayyubids in the color blue. Oh my god, I just starting that this this statue is beautiful. I don't know how to read this, but the last one is neuro, so it's like cow. So let's just call him like cow. Beautiful statue. Where you get those, man? Like, is that like pay to win or something? Talking about the statues, like, do you feel like it could be like a good idea if, you know, let's talk about the feature of this game. Everyone knows that you need to pay to get this game, right? And everyone knows that in order to become very popular, you need to go free to play. Free to play is the only model that can allow you to be popular in a multiplayer online game, because your player base is high and all those things just they work from there, right? And games like Dota or League of Legends, they sell skins and a lot of stuff, so they are able to monetize their game in different ways. Meanwhile, having a high player base, therefore more tournaments, more things going out for them. Obviously, that's on the esports side. Age of Empires is more than just esports, although we are here because we love. Oh my god, that's a lot of sheep. We love the competitive side of Age of Empires 4. I think it's brilliant. I think it's a great game. It's a masterpiece, really. What do you think will happen in the future? Do you think that they will make more civilizations? And then when they have more, they will decide, hey, I'm going to make the game free to play. And then the income will come from those civilizations? That could be. Or they're going to be keeping it just like that and eventually just hope that the player base grows. And I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a good strategy. I mean, obviously, I wish the best for the game, and I think it's in good hands with Microsoft when we're talking about money. Because, let's be honest, no project has stopped for not making enough money. That's just the truth. That's just the truth of it. Microsoft just have a lot of budget. So in that way, we are kind of like in good hands. And this game's still relatively new. Like, I mean, it's been 2 years. No, actually, it's 2021, right? The release of this game. Was it? Oh, we're talking about 3 years. It's not like super new, but still, like, there is plenty of content need to be made. Plenty of content. And I'm very happy with the latest expansion. And I think it was a very good idea to put those variant civilizations. It added a lot of variation to everything without, you know, creating a civilization must be really hard for them, really. Must be really hard. So I take that. I take those. Like, if you're gonna give me like 3 civilizations or 6 with the variants and everything, maybe 6 may be a good idea with the variants. But I don't know. That's debatable. The thing is, do you think it's gonna go free to play at one point? Age of Empires 3 did go free to play, I think, and I don't know how it's going. It's also a little bit risky, right? Because because watching this, it made me realize, like, hey, actually, can you make like cosmetics here for things like this? And it's really hard for this kind of game because visual clarity is very important. A mining camp looks like a mining camp everywhere, no matter the civilization. A house needs to look like a house, a town center needs to look like a town center. It needs to be very clear what type of building you're attacking or you're building. So you cannot just go and just put skins everywhere. Because it's also part of the branding, right? Age of Empires is all about historical accuracy. And, you know, putting skins will just break the immersion. That's the truth of it. So I really don't know the answer for that. It's a tricky situation in this specific type of game where it's not like pure fantasy. It's really hard to just come up with crazy ideas. I think grounded games are the hardest to make, where, you know, they need they have so many rules to follow, you know, so many rules. Whereas a fantasy game is like, just put a wizard there, put some fireballs, thunder, whatever. And how does this work? It's just magic. That's how it works. And anyway, let's get back into the match because these guys are about to beat each other out. Have Ayyubids already there with a free military unit. I'm not sure exactly where he is. There you go. There's a raider just coming out. It's gonna be a really good thing for the Ayyubids, just because the French doesn't have. I mean, they have access to the Royal Knights, and they get debuff. So I don't know if it's a good idea for the French to go Knights against a civilization that can use camels, because essentially they do debuff all the cavalry units, horse cavalry units, and they do much less damage. So I don't know if that's a good idea. We're gonna see camels coming up for him. A couple of the stables are ready. Are we gonna see a mass camel build like the one we had before? I don't know if you watch it, but I cast one game where I can just pump those desert raiders, and that's the only unit he created. He didn't create anything else. Malface going for a second town center. Have enough wood for it, just needs the stone. And doesn't have any kind of unit to deal with this. Maybe he's thinking like, hey, like, I'm just gonna put the town center nearby. I don't need to defend with units. And I gotta find another stable, actually. It's gonna... I'm gonna go broad scouts. Let's take a look at the mill. Pro Scouts has been researched. Meanwhile, we were talking about the feature of the game. Faye was thinking about the feature of the deer in this map. And Pro Scouts have been made, and look at that. Coming up with those scouts with that juicy fat meat near the town center. Just thinking about like, hey, actually mass camels can be really tricky because like these guys are outside your base and eventually you will go out for food. Not anymore. Delivery up to your front door. Town center in the Chinese style, next to each other. Very, very safe. You don't need to put it anywhere else. You only see this town center next to... Oh my god, look at this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Look at that. There you go. Delivery. Just Uber Eats, that's how you call it in America. That horseman coming up for Faye is actually a very good choice because these units are actually considered range armor units. So while they do have a lot of damage, a lot of defense from melee damage, they also take extra damage because they are ranged units. So in theory, horsemen actually do a very good job against those. So definitely Che must be like the Chinese version of Faye. Faye doing a really good choice getting those horsemen out. It's like a very unorthodox way of playing the French. I should say it, like, that's why I like to cast Faye's games. They're always so funny. Always so funny. You cannot predict what's gonna happen in this game. Well, Ayyubids, let's take a look at the income per minute. It's like thinking about going for castle. Never mind. There you go. The UI doesn't show us what's the HAP. But anyway, it's gonna be the economic wing growth. It's gonna be having 8 villagers right away. And that means the second town center is gonna lose its advantage in a few minutes. It's gonna be pretty much almost equal for now. And the Ayyubids will have the tech advantage. Horsemen coming up for the Ayyubids, just try to raid here and there, but just gonna be very hard for you. You have the farms around you, you have the town center next to you. And you need a lot of gold for Pro Scouts. Let's take a look at how much you need. 275, man. That's almost half the gold you need to Asia. Pro Scouts is like wow. Like, it's extremely expensive. But if you think about it, this is gonna be like a life insurance commercial. It's like, how much is your life, if your villager's life worth? Does it worth more than 275 gold? Does it worth more? I think so. I think so. Just deliver the food, man. You don't need to risk any villager. Just deliver the food. Or horseman in that pinch of death. More horsemen coming out for Faye. Meanwhile, looks like Stinking going to Castle Age. These are raiders already in position. Probably switching to the range attack. There you go. First villager of the game goes down. Second villager, very nice catch coming up from the Ayyubids. A new age begins for the Ayyubids, and they're going to be having probably some camel lancers on the field, maybe. We will see. Camel lancers are on the field. They are coming soon. Also veterancy for all those desert raiders. Meanwhile, Faye's just massing horsemen. It's all you need. Just more and more horsemen. Desert raiders doing a really good job, actually. Looks like this is a fight that should have been avoided. Like, he was about to get veterancy, and even if you win this fight, your losses would have been significantly lower. And just go back to 4 desert raiders. There were like 20 here. Lancers are already there. Meanwhile, Faye gonna fight a little bit longer in the field age. It's just mass horsemen. It's just mass horsemen. That's all you need. Mass horsemen. Desert raiders are already there with a silver tint. Beautiful veteran version of it. A mosque also there. Gonna be grabbing some relics. Meanwhile, Faye having a good life here. Just farms. A deer. And also pick up this. I like if you go pro scouts, you need to pick up everything. Like, you have to, like, it's like I already paid for this. I'm gonna squeeze all the money I paid. 175 gold. That's a lot. That's a lot of gold. It's like more horsemen coming for the French. Gonna deliver the package just outside, because it's like I'm not gonna leave it at your front door. Just go pick it up yourself. Looks like horsemen actually do a very decent job, but the Camel Lancer is so tanky, and this is debuffing all those horsemen. Instead of doing 9 damage, they're doing 8. And more Camel Lancers are right here, so this is gonna be a really rough fight. I cannot really distinguish between the Camel Lancer and the other guy. Like, I can distinguish those when they are fighting, and you see that big lance, but just like that, I don't really see them when they have the scimitar. I don't know how much damage these guys do. More deer coming for home. The camel. Wololo. Not gonna happen. These units are very fast. It did happen. First horseman of the game. Working for the Ayyubids. Nothing like a Wololo in a match. Usually you don't see those. I'm already conditioned to say not gonna happen. No, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it does happen. Well, more farm transition. It's like FaZe playing the French as if they were the English, just inside their base. Like rats. Just staying there, not going out. It's so hard to play against the English just because of that. They're very, very defensive. +1 melee armor coming up for the Ayyubids. Definitely what this guy needs. More villagers going down for Faye. Already have the villager advantage, but he's gonna lose it very soon. Meanwhile, Horseman is still on the raid here. More Desert Raiders, 7 melee armor. God help us. God help us. Meanwhile, more Horsemen coming up for Faye. And you know what's the problem with that? Like, has a lot of gold. And that's great. But the Horsemen are very expensive on foot, so it's very hard to age up. Even when you have your farms around your base, and have your deer delivery to the front door, it's just really hard. At this point, you just want a wall, age up, and that's it. Because these horsemen against these veteran units are not having the best of their times. It's like the Ayyubids going out there for the deer. There's plenty of food here. This map usually have a lot of food in one of those areas, especially a lot of berries. Like, especially in one of those middle areas, you need to go for those berries. Like, it's an amazing food resource. That's a lot of food for a long time in the game. So the villagers will need to fight for their life here. I bet they're gonna fight. They're not gonna run. I bet you're gonna fight. Come on, fight. Fight me. Fight me. There you go, man. There you go. No exiles yet for these villagers, so... Look at that. The villagers actually doing a really good work. Not losing any villager. I guess the surrounding. Meanwhile, Desert Raiders and Lancers are already here. And now they're gonna go for more villagers. Classic stuff. Classic Desert Raider stuff. At the same time, Guildhall is happening. And sometimes you can just go for the Guildhall, put some food there, gather enough gold, and just age up to Imperial right away. Like, skip Castle Age. Almost, not immediately, but sooner than you should. Sooner than you should, for sure. Veterancy for those horsemen. It looks like Faye is playing the only horseman challenge today. It's a very, very funny unit. Textiles youths coming up will have helped 20 villagers ago. Meanwhile, the Lancers are here, and +1 range armor is already there. Not having +2 yet, so only the Lancers are gonna be tankier here. Only the Lancers gonna be having a lot of range armor. Gonna start torching those farms. Meanwhile, more horsemen coming up. Has plenty of space for a keep here. I don't think it's gonna happen, but more camels coming. How many camels you need? Like, oh my god, this a raider. You get basically it's the same building but can produce the same unit. Different buildings that produce the same unit. That's all you need. Just Desert Raiders. Just go for camels. If it's not Desert Raider, it's the Camel Lancer, and that's all you need. That's all you need here. You need +2 range armor long time ago if you deep dive into the base. Otherwise, you're gonna keep losing units. Faye is already losing a lot of villagers. Lost the villager advantage from the second town center. Lost quite a lot of military units as well. And now the Ayyubids just sending all the units to their base and grabbing the 5th relic. That's the cool thing about the Ayyubids. You can just go and get those guys. They're really fast. Look at where this guy is. He's so fast. He's really so fast, and he's grabbing a relic. More villagers going down. 30 in total so far. This is tough. But it was a really cool attempt to play as the English. You're playing, having the English style next to playing as the French. But I think we all guys have figured out already that French is played the way it's played for a reason. There is a reason for that. They are very good at having the map control. They are very good at getting those resources in the map because they have those knights. And just the Chinese version of the French just doesn't cut it. Of course, these guys can just build ramps. They can just do everything, man. They can just do everything. Nothing but having mass camel lancers, mass deserters. It really needs some kind of distinguished element into it because they all look the same, and I don't really know what you need to use against those. I'm gonna see more horsemen. And Fate taps out. Well played by these two players. Definitely an interesting match. Hope you have enjoyed that one. And I will see you in the next one. Bye and take care.